I hope you guys don't mind me starting this video off with a huge thank you to all of you that have watched, liked, subscribed, and comment on my unboxing video. You guys are giving me such a great response and it's making me want to do so many more videos, and I appreciate every single one of you. We're going to separate these topics and talk about them individually. So the first one, the fun factor. The only way that I can describe this is, do you remember when you were a little kid on Christmas morning? Every single morning feels like that with this bike. It just screams, ride me.
That's what she said.
When you're out riding the bike, you can't help but smile knowing that there's electric coming out of the bike. Being able to ride without pedaling, standing up as it's going full speed, because at the end of the day, guys, it's still a bike. My butt was hurting pretty badly, so from time to time it was cool just to be able to stand up and still go full speed and give the old buns some rest, because yeah, it's still a little rough. I think I'm gonna buy like a cushion or something for longer trips for the bike. So fun factor, major check on that. Now, folding the bike. The fact that it folds, that's awesome. All my friends are shocked when I tell them that it folds, and I don't blame them. The bike is big and pretty heavy. Folding it is fairly easy. I read Mate's tip on using your knee to fold the bike, but from there it's a little bit tricky and you gotta find what best works for you. Now, no offense to women, but seeing that I still have a struggle with folding it back up, I can't imagine it being any easier for you ladies. Or I'm just weak. And also, I'm not sure how much easier it's gonna be for those that added extra perks to the bike, like the rear rack or the fenders. I mean, that's just adding more weight and more real estate around the bike. So I'm not sure how much easier it's gonna be or harder. But again, it's just gonna be whatever works for you. But at the end of the day, I'd rather it being able to have the ability to fold than to not. So being able to fold, I'm on the neutral side. It's cool because it can fold, but it's just a little bit tricky. Next, quality. The bike as a whole looks beautiful. A lot of you asked for the brands that they use for the parts. I'm not 100% sure on these parts, but it feels super solid. Maybe you guys can give me some education down at the bottom and let me know if these are good brands. My brother was able to tell me that Shimano is a really good brand, but from there on, I mean, I'm not sure, but they just feel really solid. And mind you, my bike is the bare bones of the bike. As in, I didn't order any extra parts, any upgrades. It's just however they wanted to release the bike in the first place without any upgrades. That's my bike basically. So quality, major thumbs up. And now, ease of use. I know you guys are waiting for power and range. That's next, so let me just do this one real quick. The bike is like everything else that you try for the first time. It just gets easier the more you use it. My advice is to ride the bike like a regular bike in the beginning, just to get comfortable with it, which means no electric power and getting to know the gears. That's my advice as far as like beginning to ride the bike. Just get comfortable with it, see what height works for you, and just the feel of the bike before you start with the electric. Once you're comfortable with the bike, turn on the screen. If you have the electric power to at least the power of 1, as soon as the bike recognizes that it's in motion, it's going to pull you and it's going to use that electric power. All in all, it's going to take you about 5 minutes to get comfortable with the bike and to be able to use it with the electric power. So it's not going to take that long. Just get comfortable with it without the electric power. Turn it on and feel that power. You're going to be super excited about it, as me and my nephew were, and trust me, you're not going to want to ever ride the bike without it. So ease of use, 2 thumbs up. And last but not least, what you guys all been waiting for, power and distance. So like I said before, the more power that's on the screen, the more power you're gonna get when you're pedaling. The highest number is 9. The max speed that I went on flat ground was about 35 kilometers per hour, which is about 21 miles per hour. The max downhill that I got was about 26 miles per hour. I also tried to show the instant torque by passing other bikers with just using the throttle. It picks up like a charm. Some of you were asking if the bike feels jerky in high speed. I'm here to say absolutely not. This is a shot right here that I was going full speed and I made sure that I was able to get something where you guys can see that the tire is just firm and straight in any speed. And now distance. They say if you ride the bike with just pedal assist, you'll get closer to the 55-mile range. Using pure battery will obviously get you a significant lower range number. So like every other electric or gas engine vehicle, weight is going to play a factor. So I'm 5'7", weighing in at around 218 pounds. So putting those numbers into play with the bike, I'm sure that people that are taller, shorter, skinnier, bigger, it's gonna affect how fast and how long the bike can go using those numbers. I rode the bike from my home and I rode it all the way down to the beach using the riverbed. I started with a full battery. There's 5 battery bars, which I'm assuming each one is 20% of the battery. And by the time I got home, I only had 1 battery bar left and I had ridden 26 total miles. And I'm sure with that 1 battery left, I could have gone, I would say, 10 more miles. Now mind you, the riverbed is not just one long flat road. The riverbed has ups and downs, and I was using the throttle here and there just to have fun with it. So from my home and back, 26 miles going down and up the hills, it was able to handle 26 miles and it still had 1 bar left. Once I got to the beach, I did try to go to the sand. Yeah, nope. Those tires might be called sand and street, but trust me, they are not meant for the sand. It's like driving a car that's rear wheel drive. It'll dig until it gets some traction. So I recommend just to stay in more solid ground. My nephew loves to beat up his bikes. He's really into the whole BMX thing. He's always jumping off of stairs. He's just a crazy kid. So who better than him to help me ride the Mate X around and test its build quality? I'm gonna end it with him riding the bike around. I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing my face. So if you've made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions or have any questions of the bike, leave them down in the comments below. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thank you for all the likes, and to all the new subscribers, thank you and welcome.